Maybe I've seen an alpaca then and not a llama.
Llamas are the humps, mate.
That's a camel, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a camel.
Harry, have you thought? Have you been thinking that you've been riding a llama this whole time? You've ridden a camel.
Bum, bum, bum. That is going in there. Oh.
Harry thought llamas were camels.
That's so good. I have a skill, mate. I can do baby impressions, man.
What? Why have I never known that you can do that?
Do you like
What is that?
do like a crier?
Actually blown my mind.
We're going to kick it off with talking about trick or treating. Now, boys, I wanted to get your opinions on this because when I was growing up, I was I've never been trick or treating.
You know,
wow.
No, we kept some sweets sometimes for obviously to dish out if people knocked on our door, but I have never been.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the 3 a.m. chats with myself, Joe, Harry Ravel,
Hello.
and Cody Mortimer, the man himself.
Hello.
Do you like that, Harry? Do you like that little introduction there, mate?
Yeah, I appreciate it. 8 episodes, and we're here.
8
Wow.
episodes, and we've made it. Thank you for being great listeners so far. If you've just joined us, welcome. If you've been loyal since the start, we love you. Right,
Yeah,
so boys, how have we been in the past week? Or week and a half, should I just say?
Yeah, very good, man. Just keeping it going, keeping focused. So I'm not sure if I mentioned about Sports Direct last. I think I might have cut it out in the last episode. But yeah, if I did, that's where I am, working on it, doing that. Been there like 2 weeks now. It's interesting. It's a bit of a different challenge, but it's good. It's good to just have a focus. Like I said to you boys before, like it's just nothing better than being able to wake up and have a bit of a purpose to go in and help some people out. It's just better than lying in bed and just playing COD. Do you know what I mean? So. No, it's good. I've been good there. I've not really done that much this week. Just been working really, but yeah, that's me.
SportsDirect.com.
You guys number one. Does that mean we'll get a sponsor?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. I've been talking to the.
Yeah. To put in the good the. Oh no!
Oh dear!
We're not even 2 minutes in,
and he's clipped already.
Awful.
He sounded like bloody Jabba the Hutt.
I don't, because someone at work's just started calling me that, and I really don't know why.
Jabba the Hutt, mate.
It's really funny that the pressure of being on podcasts. We've been talking, we've also been recording, talking what we've been doing already, and then Joe said 3, 2, 1, let's go, let's start, and suddenly then all the stammers.
My brain just stops.
Mate,
it all comes in when 3, 2, 1 happens. Oh.
But yeah, don't call me Jabba the Hutt, because someone at work's been calling me Jabba the Hutt, and it's offended me because I'm getting Jabba the Hutt, I'm getting the caterpillar from Bug's Life. I think I need to start going for more runs because I think I'm giving off a vibe.
The caterpillar from Bug's Life. That's a throwback.
Yeah.
If people don't know what you look like, they're literally going to think you're like a big chubster.
No, but that's what I mean.
And he's
like,
not.
I
He's
can't
not, by the
see
way.
it. I cannot see it. They say my eyes look like Heimlich.
Anyway, Harrison, what have you been up to, boy?
Well, crying myself to sleep, and I've been doing the same. I've been working pub job, and also a couple of self-tape auditions. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just
you saw the missus this weekend, didn't you?
Oh yeah, whoops. Yep, yeah, she came over.
Oh
no, Harry's in trouble again. Yep. She came over for literally she got 2 days off of work, so she came over, which was nice. And we're getting it in, visiting each other while we can, because obviously lockdowns are imminent. So yeah, pretty
nice.
fun, pretty crazy times.
Get it in.
Yep.
about you, Joe?
What have I been up to? Working. I've been working. But I also got to so I'm doing a panto at the end of the year, which is going to be really cool. It's for 2 weeks and 2 weeks only. But I got to go and try on the costumes, so I got to go and see the theatre. Got to meet my castmates, and that was so surreal being in a theatre again. And it's a theatre I've never been to, which is really cool. Called the Malt House in Canterbury. If you don't know it, check it out. But it's honestly, it was so surreal being back in a dressing room and being on a stage again and doing promo pictures and stuff like that. It was a really great feeling, but at the same time, it was almost, I almost had to realize, like, had to readjust my brain, because obviously, as we know, being in that kind of world and being around creatives and performing people, people or performers will know what I'm talking about, is such a different world from like normal people. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, we're amazing and normal people are weird. We're the we are the weird ones. Like, performers are the weird ones, in the sense of like, it's just, we're a different breed. Like, literally, and like when I was talking to people, I was just like, when I was talking to my castmates, I was like, had to readjust my brain to like be like, oh, I'm not the most energetic person in the room anymore. Normally, everyone's at work, everyone's like, Joe's got so much energy, but then you stick me in a room full of performers, and you're like, oh, actually, he's just normal.
Chat in the deep.
All right, guys. So the chat in the deep this week is Halloween. We've got a couple of little different topics involved in this, a couple of little segments. But firstly, I want to kick it off. Sorry, Cody, can you do that noise again? We're going to kick it off with talking about trick or treating. Now, boys, I wanted to get your opinions on this, because when I was growing up, I was kind of, I've never been trick or treating.
You know,
Wow.
No, we kept some sweets sometimes for, like, obviously to dish out if people knocked on our door, but I have never been. And the reason is because ever since I was younger, we were told, look, if you go around, sometimes you might, I know everyone's expecting trick or treaters, but you might scare someone. So, like, scare an older person, like, and so it sort of became trained in us that we just never did it. Like, we never dressed up, we never really did anything for Halloween. And that's not just because, you know, my mum was like ruining fun. It was more just because, yeah, she just didn't want us, like, I guess some
my
people...
Halloween.
But, like, do you know what I mean? I think that was the main thing. We just didn't want to scare anyone. And I love Halloween. Like, I love scary stuff. But yeah, we just never really did it. So...
Isn't that the point of Halloween, though, to scare people?
Yeah, but you don't want to scare, like, someone, you know.
you don't want to give someone a heart attack, do you?
Like someone's got okay. That's mad extreme, though. Like, the chances of, like, scaring someone to the point they get a heart attack. That's like...
Yeah, but Cody, look at me now. Imagine me then dressed up.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
Caterpillar from Bugs Life. Jesus.
Brilliant. What about you, Codes? Did you do trick or treating when you were a kid?
I did it a couple of times, but like, I think because I don't know, I think I just got bored of it because I'd only ever go like on the street where I live, and it's like
didn't go very far.
I didn't go very.
How big is your street?
It's not very long. It's not not an adventurous trick or treat.
It begun half an hour.
No, but I have one memory of doing it where I can see the house right now, actually, across the road. And I went over, and this lady, man, like, I went over and was like, right, bang, 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 trick or treat. And she was like, trick. I was like, are you kidding me? Trick?
So you had to come up with something.
I had to actually come up with something. So I did, like, you know, the Ricky Gervais thing where he in The Office, where he does the like, arm and like spins it around.
No.
I did that in front of her. She was like, "Oh, great, have some sweets." I was like,
"That's amazing."
This is the most embarrassing thing I've done. But like, yeah, no, I think my stance on it is, I think when you're young, it's really good. But like, I think as I grew older, like, I remember my mum knowing it was coming around, and she'd go, right, turn the lights off, pretend we're not here. Like literally that bad. She didn't want people to knock on the door because it's just, I think it got to a point where it's just annoying, and having to buy candy for loads of random people, I guess, wasn't really my mum's style. So she didn't want to. She didn't really want to do that. I think it's a very American thing. I think that's why it hasn't really stuck with me, because whenever you see how it is over in America, it's so much better, I feel like, than it is here as a whole. Like the stuff they get up to is mad. So I don't know. I'm not really bothered by it. I don't really care about it, to be honest, like in that sense.
Although I have seen over here on like a couple of like the county pages on Facebook or whatever, everyone's like asking at the moment. They're like, who's going trick or treating? And like people have come up with different things. Like everyone's going to make pumpkins, and like how they did with the NHS rainbows, where people find the rainbow as they walk past people's houses. They're going to like hide pumpkins like in a bush or like on the doorstep, and it's basically like, instead of going trick or treating and knocking on the houses, kids can just go around and find the pumpkins and see how many they can like collect. I thought that's a pretty good idea, actually.
It's a nice idea, actually. Yeah, making like use of a holiday that we have.
Yeah.
But go on,
what
Joe,
about
mate,
you,
what's
Joe?
Yeah.
Got to love walking around begging for food, innit?
That's what it is, isn't it?
That's what it is. You're going around knocking at people's houses, going, "Can I have some food?" Like, I'm not trying to be grumpy, but like, because I love Halloween. I like, honestly, like dressing up, having a laugh. That's all great. But have a party. Don't go knocking on people's like doors, going, "Give me some sweets." No, jog it on, mate. But then my parents, when I was a lot younger, used to throw like Halloween parties, and they were so much better. I'd much rather have had a Halloween party than been like, no, just no, I don't like it. Nope.
My next question then, lads, is what about pumpkins in general? Because I love doing the pumpkin carving.
I agree. I
think like it's really fun, but I've never, and this is sad, I've never gone and picked them. You know how people go to pumpkin picking farms? I've never done it.
I've not done that. I really wish I want to do that, but then
it looks quite cool.
But it's so busy now. It's like it used to be like
it's become an Instagram thing, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I used to think it'd be really cool, but now I'm just like, do I really care? No, not really. I'll just buy one from Tesco's and I have more fun, like
doing it at home. Yeah. Because
I've noticed like, are available.
The pumpkin like picking thing is like the same as going to a sunflower field.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's the same like Instagram pic.
It's the epitome of autumn, isn't it? It's like, oh my God, get your autumnal like feels from this picture, and like they got like
pumpkin spice latte.
Also, not fan of pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah, they're not the one.
Yeah, I think I've only had it. I think I've only had it once, but I was like,
it's so bad.
It's okay. It's not.
Why
like,
would you bother when hazelnut is there all year round, mate? So much better.
Exactly. I've not actually. Like, I have done pumpkin carving. I've done it a few times, but I haven't really like gone full out trying to carve like a really good what do you call it? Like, I don't know, carving, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, actual artistic piece.
Yeah, I've been very much smiley face done. There you go.
I remember when me and you did it, Joe, at uni. I made my one. It was about like going out because we were going clubbing quite a lot, and it was just it was a pumpkin that had a sours bottle next to it, and it was throwing up all the pumpkin seeds. To be fair, it was a good idea, but it was we were sharing a room, and that was the worst idea because it just had rotting pumpkin like on our desk.
Oh God.
No, we're doing it. This weekend, all of us are going to make the time to go get a pumpkin and carve the best pumpkin. And no, we're doing it, Joe. Don't pull that face.
And no second goes either. First go only.
First go. We'll do it on here so that we're watching each other. And if we find a way to record it, we do it.
We're just gonna throw it back because in the last episode we talked about which film reminisced. So the song, we got to address it. We got to address it.
I knew this would come up. I knew it would come up.
Send Me On My Way. Which film does that song sort of remind you of more? And
Ice Age.
We had Matilda and Ice Age.
Ice Age.
And the votes came in. It was 71% Matilda, 29 Ice Age. So both of you. I thought I'd mention that just to put it in there, just so.
No, it's good because it's a good segue. Because while we're on the subject of films, guys, top 3 horror films. What we saying?
Conjuring.
We're saying
number 1.
top 3. Oh.
Conjuring 1.
Conjuring 1 is not.
Don't worry about like first, second, third. Just your top 3 because I can't.
Conjuring 1 is there. Friday the 13th, I quite like.
Great film.
Oh, and the what is the Exorcism of Emily Rose? That's
that's interesting.
That's very good. I like that. I don't really like ridiculous ones. Like as soon as they're ridiculous, I'm like, I'm lost. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like as soon as there's some like really like stupid like monster, I'm like, I've lost interest now because it's now just like not real.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But then sometimes, like, I find like, I mean, the Babadook up there for me.
Oh, Babadook's very good.
Yeah. I was gonna say that.
It was made on like no money as well. I think that's really clever.
Yeah.
But then I guess if you're wanting like scary,
I think the most I've ever been scared watching a film is The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's my number 1.
That's by far the best because the acting is very good as well. I tell you what, thriller-wise, if we're including thrillers though, A Quiet Place is very good. A Quiet Place.
I have not seen that.
Very good.
I need to see that. What about you, Codes? Have you got an idea of your top 3?
Yeah, well, I mean, Babadook. That's a great shout. That was in my sort of list. I think my top 3 definitely Conjuring. That is like because I just remember because we used to binge watch a lot of like horror and thriller films at uni. For some reason, in first year, that's what we all used to do for some reason. And I just remember like us after it finished at like, probably 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever, having to go back down those bloody corridors where like pitch black and all you can see is like a little like fire extinguisher right at the bottom or whatever.
It looked like the hospital out of The Walking Dead.
Oh.
So
Conjuring's up there. I liked Insidious, so I know it's like a lot of monsters, and it's kind of like, it's not, but it does. I think it's quite a like.
I think the first Insidious is very good.
Yeah.
Insidious, the first one got voted the second scariest film of all time.
Yeah, the first one is.
Sorry, the first one is very good, but the third and second one are the third one's so poor. The second one's not as good as the first one.
I think I've only seen the first one.
I've
watched all the Conjurings.
The second one's worth watching, I think. But the first one is just, I just love that kind of stuff where they got like, an like an alternative world, like from the real world in it. Oh, it's so good. I think that's probably my second. And then like third, I'm kind of torn because Final Destination, I do think it's quite funny. I do think it's quite funny. There's so many like
they are good films.
Like, that's more of a throwback.
Yeah.
So there's that, and there's also like I think Hush as well deserves a mention.
Oh, great film.
Hush is very good. I like
Hush is probably my third because of like it is very intense. You're kind of like, they're stuck in this little cabin, whatever it is.
But it's also really realistic. It's also really realistic. Like like that could happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's such.
When he sends the photo of her to a.
That's the thing, like you said, Joe. I think it's such a fine line between it's either really good or really bad. Like
it is hard to do a good horror film. I do agree because you need that jump scare. You need enough jump scares so people are like off their seat.
But that's why Haunting of Hill House is so good. So Joe introduced me to Haunting of Hill House recently, and when you think there's going to be a jump scare, there's nothing. And it's just so waiting and waiting and waiting.
So tense the whole time. And then you're tense, and then you're really tense, and then it still gives you the scare that it's coming, and it still makes you absolutely go, no!
Like, I think maybe it's also because we're thinking of it in like a musical rhythm. Like you're waiting, and the suspense, you're like, oh, there's definitely going to be a scare now. And then it just keeps on going, and then it's beyond the time where you think, no, we're safe. And then it's bam, then you get you.
Well, I remember me and Codes watched Gogglebox, and when they were watching It.
Yeah.
And It too.
It too, yeah.
And like even then I was like, no.
And you're watching someone else watch it.
In watching someone else watching it. And I think watching horrors on my own are not entertaining in the slightest.
Yeah, me neither.
Watching horrors with other people, I really don't know what it is about it, but I find it really enjoyable. It's like going on a roller coaster. It's that same feeling. It's like I love horror mazes.
Yeah, me too. Well, like I said, with Joe and the Haunting of Hill House, I feel like when we were watching it together, like a couple of weeks ago, you were watching me watch it. You weren't like watching the actual show.
Yeah. But I've seen it, though, haven't I? So
Yeah. But he was like waiting for it because he's like, I know something's coming.
But then I didn't remember that. That thing is, I didn't even remember it that clearly. So like some of the scares, I was like, ah.
So my top 3 is slightly different, guys. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned the Human Centipede.
What?
Nah,
I'm joking.
nah, mate.
I'm
Fun
joking.
that one off.
I'm joking. No, so my top 3 is Paranormal Activity. The first one.
First one, yeah.
Yeah. No, like of its time, scared me shitless. So good. What a film.
It's still
Then
good.
Hush was my second or third. I couldn't remember. And then Hereditary. Hereditary is such a good film.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
I feel like I'm scared to see it. I think that's why I haven't seen it yet.
Unbelievable film. Like actually, like
standalone,
like one of the best horror films ever, but also actually one of the best films I've seen lately. It's so good. Yeah.
I know I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at all. I've heard really good things though. I have heard that it's really scary.
There's just the noise, like sound design in horror films makes or breaks it. So this next bit, I want you to put some banging, scary music underneath this, all right?
Really?
Because I'm here to scare you both. All right. So there's a big thing. I didn't realize with Halloween, there's a big thing about writing short stories, as in like really short, 2-sentence short stories. Apparently, it's an actual genre.
Oh, wow.
So I looked it up briefly last night.
2-sentence
scary stories. That's why it kind of works for the podcast as well, because otherwise you're going to have to listen to me reading forever. But yeah, it's an actual thing, like within the genre. So I'm going to read some short stories and I want your honest reactions of whether they're good, scary, or dog. And I can imagine by the look on Joe's face, everybody, I know what his reactions are going to be. We've done this before with the creepy stories. I'm
so predictable. So,
but they're shorter, so it's fine.
They're a lot shorter. All right. So this is apparently the top voted one on this website.
Right. Go.
My sister says that Mummy killed her. Mummy says I don't have a sister.
See, when someone says mummy, that instantly scares me.
Yeah,
me too.
The mummy thing freaks me out. It's like it either freaks me out or I just think of Stewie going, "Mummy,
mama,
mumsy."
That's like one I read last night. It was literally I ran up to Mummy and said, "Please get the kid." What was it? It was I ran up to Mummy and asked her to move the child that was standing at the top of the stairs. That was it. And that was at 2 a.m. I read that myself. Instantly. Right. Here's another one. Oh. You hear your mum calling you into the kitchen. As you are heading down the stairs, you hear a whisper from the closet saying, "Don't go down there, honey. I heard it too."
Oh, that's good. I like that one. That's good.
So that's confusing because the mum's obviously in the closet, or is she? You know, who's in the closet telling her not to do it?
Do it again, but whisper that bit in the whisper as well.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Being an actor, I should probably actually
read stage direction.
Whoops. Right. You hear your mum calling you into the kitchen. As you are heading down the stairs, you hear a whisper from the closet saying, "Don't go down there, honey. I heard it too."
See, that's horrible. That is horrible. Wow.
Joe's just smiling. He's loving it.
That is such a thriller film thing to happen. Do you know what I mean? Someone just whispering from nowhere.
I don't know what I meant to say here.
Some of them aren't. Oh, yeah. Oh, that one's horrible. Yeah, not going to read that one. Some of them, people have gone super dark. Like,
Go on, give me a best shot, mate.
I'd probably cry if I read that. Like, it's like
we can cut it.
Hey, listeners, just a little disclaimer. This next segment we move into tells some quite deep and troubling stories. So if you know you are someone who's quite faint-hearted and knows that they are affected easily by stories that are quite deep, please just skip to the next 5 minutes, which is where the check it out section will be. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, God. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help.
Silence.
Okay, that one freaked me out.
That's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, that see, there you go. Oh yeah, I'm a little
Wow.
bit oh yeah, there you go. There's the hairs on the back of the neck.
This one, I'm sure I've seen it in like Doctor Who or something. I wake up and everything feels wrong. It's too quiet outside. I look out the window and see everyone standing still looking at my house. It might have been the way I read it, to be honest.
That's creepy,
Right.
though.
It
Like-
is weird. I'm sure that's happened in Doctor Who. Like everyone just
Yeah,
stops
but like
and
I
turns.
don't know why stuff like that I can't buy into.
It's quite
But like
unrealistic.
the last one, I'm like, oh, that's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like my mum. My mum's honest. She's never lied. She never does. And when I was growing up, I think I asked her, "Have you ever seen a ghost?" Like I was curious. I wasn't sure, like if it was real or not, ghosts and stuff. And she was adamant she's seen one, and I've believed her ever since.
Oh,
But
really?
I'll have to get the story off her because I don't know it well enough to retell it. But yeah,
yeah.
and ever since it's freaked me out when she tells me it. I'm like,
But like, I've been in my house before when I've on my own and I've heard a scream, like 100% heard a scream.
Was that,
Like I know, like, but like I know at the time my granddad had just died, so like I know it was a really stressful time for me in my head, and like, and as someone who doesn't talk about feelings probably as much as they should, I like it was really, it was a time I really struggled with. So I know that the brain creates the brain is amazing. It creates so many weird chemical imbalances, create all these things and hallucinations. But then you never know. It may be me just being narrow-minded and be like, and tunnel vision, be like, no, not real, just because it doesn't add up in my brain.
But if it was someone else, it might add up in theirs, and they might go, "Yeah, there was someone screaming." So this one, so I'll just read what I can, and if they're creepy, then I'll get the good reaction from you. Growing up with cats and dogs, I got used to the sounds of scratching at my door while I slept. Now that I live alone, it's much more unsettling.
Oh no! Oh, that no!
Much more unsettling.
Oh. Yeah, I don't like
Nasty.
that. I don't like that one. That
one's
really
horrible,
got me. That one really did get me.
Because that one's so friendly. It starts off so nice.
It's just well written, isn't it? Some of these are very well written, but
The
some of
two
these
sentences, and some of these are banging.
Yeah.
The scariest thing for me, and I think it might have been from watching horror films as a kid, is windows. Like, so if I'm walking home late at night when I was younger, I'd hate like if a light came on in someone's house, because it would just illuminate the street, and then you like look up there, and then what do you see? You might see someone really scary. Like, oh, just that idea freaks me out. So like seeing something in a camera, oh god.
I still get a little bit freaked out, you know, when like everyone's in bed at night, and then say, I want a drink. Going downstairs with all the lights up still kind of creeps me out.
Do you do that run back up? But
now in my head, I'm like, imagine someone's looking at me, so I'm just like I run up the stairs really casually. I'm like, oh, I'm not scared. Or in my head, I'm thinking, I'm so chill, bro. I'm cool. And then in bed, I'm just like, oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, get back into your duvet. Like, oh my God.
So if you show fear, that's when they get you.
Yeah, I'm like,
100%.
no fear.
100%.
I'm strong.
Oh, this one's so messed up. You're probably not going to be able to use this.
Okay, go.
This one's sad.
Okay.
After working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I didn't know what was more frightening, seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or knowing that someone broke into my apartment to place them there.
My God.
I'm so glad we're recording this in daylight. That's horrible, isn't it? Oh my God. This one's me up. I've not read this one before. I've just got shivers. Okay.
You built this up now.
You know that weird full body twitch you sometimes get when you're falling asleep? If there was a camera pointed at you, you saw what happened at that moment, you'd never sleep again.
Oh,
That's like Paranormal
Why have
Activity.
you told me that, man? Why that? No.
that is
You know, like-
brilliant.
You know, Paranormal
Oh.
Activity when she like gets dragged out of bed. That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what I picture now.
Oh, why?
Oh, dude. Whoa, that's scary.
Man.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm so angry right now.
I'm gonna keep going. You could just cut whatever
I'm a
you like.
massive. I'm a massive twitcher when I fall
Yeah, me
asleep.
too.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Well, it seems
That
your
full
leg's just
body
been
one,
pulled,
look.
isn't it? Your leg's been pulled.
Right, here's another one. There is nothing like the laughter of a baby until it's 1 a.m. and you're home alone.
Oh, get out.
So good.
I have a skill, mate. I can do baby impressions, man.
What? Why have I never known that you can do that?
Do you like,
What is that?
do
That's
like a
just
cry out?
actually blown my mind.
do some like horror noises with go on, Codes. You got this.
Horror noises.
Do like
I'll do the horror noises. You do it. Ready?
What is this? What is this podcast? What is this episode?
Check it out. So we are moving into our check it out section. Harrison, what you got to check it out this week?
Well, after that extremely scary episode, I've got a little recommendation, and it's not music, to pick people up. And it is The Cabin with Bert Kreischer on Netflix. Oh my God, one of the funniest series that I binged, like, ever. It's just class. Bunch of comedians in a cabin, trying to help their body, mind, and soul. That's the whole thing. And it's like, there's like, almost looks like there's sketches and then there's like real moments. It's like reality versus sketch. Oh, it's just genius. It's so funny. Honestly, I haven't laughed at a TV like that for a long time.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's so
What's
good.
it called again?
Wow.
The Cabin with Bert Kreischer.
I need to get
The
on
Cabin.
that. I need to get on that.
So
That
good.
That
So
sounds
good.
good.
And I'm big into like the American comedians anyway, and they like
Yeah,
feature
yeah.
all of like the current top dogs in comedy.
Okay, cool.
Caitlyn Jenner's in it. She's hilarious. There's so much. It's just class, and it's not just funny as well. You actually like learn stuff, and you see like you see Bert Kreischer's growth as a person, which is quite interesting actually.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
I love
Yeah,
stuff
it
like
is
that.
good.
That's really good.
Really
That
good.
sounds well good. I'll definitely give that a look out. Codnino?
Mine's just a Instagram page that I literally came across this morning called.
Is this what you were sending me?
Yeah. Well, I saw it. The it's called Vines You Already Know. That's what the page is called, and like I don't know, it's made me feel quite happy and sad at the same time because like how that was a different time back then in like 2013. And I was just sat there thinking, like, imagine if these videos were on like sort of TikTok and all that now, like how many views those things would get. And I was watching quite a lot of them. I was thinking, God, most of this stuff is way better than like what we got now. I don't know. It's like I feel like you got because there's so much stuff that's less. So there's so many the tools you had on Vine were so limited that what people did with it then it's just so good. I'm like, has TikTok really with the amount of tools you got on TikTok? There's still way funnier videos on Vine, and they had literally like pause and stop and play.
I think also what's happened is very much you got, everyone's doing TikToks now. So do you know what I mean? Like the I'm gonna without sounding too serious, the market is very saturated. Do you know what I mean? So there's so many videos that you have to get through so much crap before you get to something that's golden. Like I saw a TikTok I saw a reel on Instagram the other day that made me howl. I put it on my story. You know the one that goes boom, 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 boom. It's so funny. I just like something so simple as that made me die.
I thought
that was so funny.
So that's why Vine worked, because like everyone was original, because once they came up with it, no one wanted to copy it because you wouldn't. Whereas TikTok, if someone smashes something and it works, everyone does the same thing.
Yeah, it was like there's like the whole one with the line coming down, isn't it? Everyone wants to copy that one now. It's just like It's like, okay, it's not funny anymore. Like,
But it's because of the whole hashtag thing as well. I think on Vine you could hashtag, but you could only really see like likes and stuff. You couldn't see like you just got a billion views. And that, when people see that you got billions of views, that gets into your head more than like a like would. So I think that's like Vine was just, I don't know. I think originality was like.
I agree.
It's so dumb, a lot of it as well, but like it was just had its time. I just watching it this morning. I was like, oh, that's brought back some memories when I was in like.
Very quick fire question: what's your favorite Vine?
Oh, mate.
I mean,
go on. What's your favorite? There's one that you've got to have like as a guilty pleasure.
Oh, the one where it's like, it's Wednesday, my dudes. That's my favorite Vine.
Oh man, there's so many. I mean, I think the one I've watched the most is definitely the. Why the fuck you lying? Lying? And he's like got his blue shirt and he's like, oh my god, stop fucking lying. He's like doing this like really nasal singing. But I think it's probably not the best Vine, but I think it's the one I've watched the most.
I think my favorite one is the one who goes, oh my god, I found my berries.
Oh, I hate that.
I really love that. It's the one where he gets the orange and he goes, I couldn't find the berries, but I found this one.
Oh, no.
It was so fun.
I hated it.
So ridiculous. I just thought it was like, what is this guy, man? It's so funny.
But it's mad though, because like, I think why I bring it back to. Is that the Vine?
I'm sorry, you can't say the berries is better than that.
I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's one of my guilt. That's probably my guilty pleasure. Yeah. I don't know if you know if it's my favorite, or it's the best. It's just the one that stays in my head.
See, I think it's because everyone was saying that. Oh, berries. I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, it became a thing, didn't it?
It was more the face that you just went.
Yeah.
Rum. It's just that. I was just like, what? Oh my god!
Is straight in my basket from Vine?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
yeah. It's later in the day.
That's the first thing we got from Cody.
It was in the peak of it, I think, because Vine started in 2013 and finished 2017.
Yeah, I think it was like when it was dying down. It was one of the bigger ones,
because when we first met Cody, that was the only thing he'd say. It was like, "Oh, let's go straight in my basket." That's the only thing he'd say.
I was like, and me and Harry were very firmly like, we are not gonna like this guy. This guy's really annoying. He keeps just saying the straight in my basket thing. But everyone now he's our best mate.
I don't blame you. I'd be annoyed if someone was going, "Oh, big bag of nuts. It's going straight in my basket."
That is such constantly. A throwback. Like when we say constantly, so, like I can't even stress to you how.
Joe, I'm gonna go get some milk. Oh, milk! That's going straight in my basket.
I was like, oh no, I know what my favorite one is. Is when the girl that puts that like face on with like the square chin, and she goes, "Hey, Jason," and she tells him like a really dirty child line, and he's just like that. She was the peak.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna have to look them up.
Oh my god, she was golden. I loved her.
See, that's
her boyfriend was like, "What are you doing?"
I'm surprised none of you went, "Look at all those chickens."
Yeah, no, I didn't like that. I love that one.
I'm not a massive fan of that one.
Look at all those chickens.
I love that one compared to the berries one, dude.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did any of you make a Vine? Did you ever make Vine?
No, I never made a Vine.
Yeah, of course you did.
Cody,
obviously. I don't know why we're surprised. We're not surprised.
I did one, and it was
did one?
Yeah, from the film Seven. I'm sure someone already had done it, but from the film Seven, at the end, there's all the characters are screaming, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" And then I just took that audio and of Brad Pitt screaming it, and then I just held up Wheato's box, and I thought I was funny. It was awful, dude. About 10 views probably.
Hey, it's not bad.
Anyway, moving on to my check it out for the week. So my check it out for the week is another TV show, Classic Joe. I've started a new series, so it's called Lucifer. If you a couple of friends have recommended it for a while now, so but I'm always one of I can't have too many TV shows on the go. I have like maximum I have one serious one and then I have a funny one. like an ice, not an icebreaker, a palate cleanser, I call it, to just like wind down to. No, I just want something I just don't have to think about. Just something I can watch.
Yeah, those noises.
Something I can watch and just be like, and just find funny, and then just relax and just like chill out to. So, but Lucifer, that's my serious watch at the moment. So basically, it's about the devil is in the has taken a holiday from hell, and he's now in LA, and he's just like this absolute massive bellend. But he's really funny, and he like helps, and he's trying to help solve crimes and stuff. He's just I'm only in the first season, but I really enjoy it. It's quite good. Check it out.
My check it out from last week. One of the people, the stuntmen, was one of the characters in that show.
Oh really?
Yeah, he talks about like the fight scenes and stuff, and like it. Really interesting.
Oh wow, I have to give that a watch then.
Ever since that, I wanted to watch that. Like when I saw him do that,
it looks really good. It's really good. I really enjoy it. It's one of those that's quite funny. It's got a bit of everything, in my opinion. It's funny. It's got a bit of that mythical thing with the whole devil part of it, but it's not too much. It's not too in your face with that the whole devil thing.
It's not like Insidious.
No, nothing like that. But it's not like so far afield that you can't connect to it. But then it's got like one of those crime solving things because it's like that to a certain extent. So yeah, I think it's a really good combination. I think it's a really good show.
Nice, man.
So that, also, I just wanted to chuck something out there. The three of us are doing Movember for men's mental health. So Movember, if you don't know anything about it, Movember is basically a organization that was put together to help raise awareness for men's. I don't know what it was originally for, actually. I don't, because it's for men's health is what it's about. So men's prostate health, men's testicular cancer, and also men's mental health. The one that we're doing it for is men's mental health. Obviously, we support both of the other sides of it. However, mental health is something all three of us are really passionate about. So we are doing, we are growing. Well, the boys are going to try. I'm going to grow a tash for November.
Sorry,
as the boys, the boys are going to try.
Challenged. What was it you said? Follically challenged or something. You're challenged.
I said they're follically challenged on their lips. So.
Such a good quote.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that also because seeing as the boys may struggle with that part of it, we're also gonna run we are each gonna run 60 kilometers in the month. So the reason you might think 60 sounds a bit of a weird number. The reason behind that is every hour worldwide, 60 men commit suicide. We're gonna do an episode on this at some point, so to talk more in depth about it. But if you want to find out more information, look on our Instagram page, which is 3 a.m. Chats Podcast.
8 episodes in, boom.
8 episodes in, finally got it right. But yeah, men's mental health, something we are really passionate about. If you're not really sure about why men's mental health is really is the focus instead of everyone's mental health, obviously we're not saying that, we're not neglecting that. Although the problem is in 2018, 80% of the suicides were men in the UK. So it's a bigger problem. It's a bigger problem in the male community than it is a female problem. Than it is in the female community. Just like breast cancer is a bigger problem in the female community than it is the male community. It happens to both, but it affects the men more than it does the women in this case. So yeah, you give us a check out. We're gonna run 60 kilometers each of us. The boys are going to be much better at that than I am because I absolutely cannot stand running. For anyone who knows me, running a 5K is more like running a marathon to me. So the boys are going to be good at that. So yeah, give that a check out.
We're also going to be coming up with other stuff. We're coming up with some more ideas to raise extra money because,
yeah, we want to aim, all three of us combined. We want to raise £500 for the charity because it's a really great cause, especially at the moment with mental health for a lot of people suffering during the pandemic and stuff like that.
personal question section.
So this week's personal question is from Mr. Dan himself, loyal listener. I've already read this question out and it's killed me.
I've forgotten it. I've genuinely forgotten it.
Here it is. What is the largest animal you think you could single-handedly cling film to a lamppost? Who wants to start? Do you want to read it again? Do you want to read? What is the largest animal you think you could single-handedly cling film to a lamppost?
So single-handedly means one hand, right?
No, it just means.
I think
one
it just means
person.
yourself,
It
yeah.
just
One hand.
Single hand. No,
That's what I was
mate.
saying. I was like, mate, I'm trying to work
single-handedly
up
is in like do it yourself. Like you can't get any help.
Okay, all right. I was thinking,
so-
right, if I can only use one hand, you know, start
mouse.
small, hamster, mouse, rat, like work your way up.
Does it? I have a question from the rules, so we're all clear. Does the animal have to get stuck? Like, can it? We cling film it there, and it can still break the cling film.
Why
and
is
get
this
away?
guy always coming up with like loopholes?
I'm not. It's not loopholes. I just want a clarification. Because I reckon an elephant's quite still, so I reckon I could cling film an elephant to a lamppost, but it will still break free. That's what I'm saying.
I think we'll do it on like weight rather than if it can break free. Maybe.
Yeah, is it like suspended?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
how
okay.
like how Spider-Man would like cling his enemies up, you know what I mean? That kind of way.
Oh, right.
Great reference.
I'm
And going on that logic, he spiderwebs full on humans to lampposts. So if you've got enough cling film and enough time.
Yeah, but you have to do it yourself. That's like.
Yeah, we'll say what would not like completely let the lamppost just fall down because it's too heavy.
Or like they'll just
very
slip
true.
out. So they've got to stay stuck to this lamppost off the floor. So if you work your way up, obviously everyone here will probably, if you catch a hamster, rat, anything like that, you could do it, right?
They wriggle around those though.
Yeah, but like they're small enough, and we're saying that they're all safe. Then none of them are dying.
No animal cruelty on this podcast.
Ever.
Ever.
We're not going to actually do it, are we? Let's be honest. It's hypothetical.
What's the
I'm
largest
going to
animal?
go.
This is such a good question.
It's such a weird question.
The largest animal, wow.
I'm going to go. Cat.
A cat. Fair.
I'm going to go cat. Like
That's quite easy. Quite
big
doable.
fat ass cat.
Yeah, that's fair. I like that.
I'm not a big cat fan.
You're making it hard.
And cats you can kind of hold by the scruff of the neck, which is not animal cruelty because their mums do it. So you can pull them up by the scruff of the neck, and they just don't move. They're like, so like you could do that, cling film it, boom.
And are you specifically? Is it like pet cats that you do, or because
I'm not talking about the bloody lion, mate.
That's what I'm saying, like a baby lion.
No, I'm going to cat, my friend.
All right.
You try and separate a baby lion from its mother, you're dead, mate.
And also taking it away from wherever it is all the way to a lamppost is probably quite an ordeal. Just in the middle of a desert, like oh god.
I'm gonna say a pig.
A pig.
Yeah, I reckon.
You know how heavy pigs are.
Yeah, how much cling film you got, bro?
Pigs
got-
pigs are heavy.
Hey, we haven't established how much cling film we have, right?
And also to be fair, we're never gonna know. Are we?
We're never gonna know. I reckon I could lift a giraffe.
The giraffe would be taller than the lamppost.
Oh,
So
mate,
we've
this
got
is tough.
cat, pig.
Cat,
What are you
pig.
saying?
See, I thought pig, but then I thought that would be too heavy. Because if you got only one roll of cling film, you're screwed.
And
bro.
you've got to do it yourself. You've got to hold the pig up and then cling film it.
But I mean, sorry, I don't think I think I was more getting at like not a fully grown pig. I think
Like
I
a
mean
piglet.
Okay.
like
a piglet.
like a piglet, but it's like middle of growing, so not like really small. just the in
Right.
between. I
If
don't know
I
that's still a
could-
piglet.
If I could
Okay,
make
okay,
friends with
okay.
it, I reckon I could stick a goat to a lamppost.
You love
Goat.
goats, don't you?
Yeah, I love
you
them.
that loves goats.
Harry is the goat.
I am
Isn't
the goat.
goat like your
Thank you,
favorite animal?
Cody. Yeah, it's like up there. Goats and sloths are like the best. Yeah. It's not weird. They're amazing. But like goats are naturally super friendly as well, unless you've pissed them off. So like, I think you could conceivably, I'm like the goat whisperer. I reckon I could get a goat up there. So
Can I?
stupid.
Obviously, everyone at home, we're not going to do this, so don't get angry when I say this. Can we like knock the animal out and then tie it?
Oh my god! I can see Joe get his little cat. Here, kitty. Here, kitty. Bang.
No. I'm thinking if I can knock an animal out, I can go llama or an alpaca
You have to
or an
lift them
alpaca.
up.
Yeah, I can do that.
You reckon you could lift up a llama?
Yeah,
What?
Bro,
What?
They're like horses.
they're not
Llama.
that big, mate.
I've been on them.
Llamas are pretty big, man.
You've
They are-
ridden a llama.
Yeah,
Is that allowed?
yeah. I hope so. I think
In
we
Chatham,
paid for
in
it.
Chatham it is. Just riding around a llama.
Well, okay, the llama's an or alpaca. But maybe I've seen an alpaca then, and not a llama.
Llamas are the humps, mate.
It's a camel, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a camel.
Harry, have you been thinking that you've been ridden a llama this whole time and you've ridden a camel?
Bum bum bum. That is going in there. 100%. Oh.
Harry thought llamas were camels. Yeah, I can't lift a camel up, mate. I'm talking about like llama.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
A camel is in that thing you ride in the desert.
I'm idiot.
Yeah.
You thought that was a llama.
But then llama and camel. Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
dumb.
llama is like Emperor's New Groove. That's a llama.
Llama. Camel.
Llamas are closer to sheep, aren't they? Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I could
embarrassing.
it'd be heavy, but I could lift the llama up enough to I could tape it.
I'm
Me-
sorry, man.
If I could knock it out, I could lay it on my back and then tape it.
I'm such an idiot. I'm so pissed off.
So then, guys, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode 8. Please, if you are listening on Spotify, please drop us a follow. If you've been listening to us on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a rating. It'd be very much appreciated, and it helps new listeners find us. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and boys, say goodbye.
Bye now.
Goodbye.